This is VFL Weekly Wrap, the final round. A full program was played. I'll go through all the results real quick. Now, Brisbane defeated Gold Coast by 103 points at Ipswich, 26-17, 173 to Liverpool 70. The last quarter was a domination. Brisbane 8 goals, 7 to 1 goal. Brisbane smashed them in marks and inside 50s. Suns won the hit out 66 to 19. Brisbane had 14 goal kickers, 8 players with multiple goals. Now, James Tunstall for Brisbane, 32 possessions, 9 tackles, 9 clearances, 2 goals. For the Suns, Max Noble, 59 hitouts. Back-to-back huge wins for Brisbane. Gold Coast with the wooden spoon. Now, important game here, Point Gellibrand. Williamstown beat Frankston by 42 points, 16-14, 110 to 10-8, 68. The last quarter was all Williamstown. 5 goals, 6 to 2 goals, 1. Willie smashed them in clearances, marks and possessions. That man again, Jake Greiser, 34 possessions, 13 marks. Nathan Colenso, 4 goals, 3 behinds, 21 possessions, 7 tackles. Angus Sievers, he kicked 5 goals as well. Toby Triffett in game number 100, been a good servant for the club. 33 possessions and 14 clearances. That win for Williamstown put them in the finals. Frankston had a nervous wait to see if they were going to make it. Now, at Moorabbin, Richmond beat a disappointing St Kilda by 48 points at Moorabbin, 13-7-85 to 4-13-37. For St Kilda, Liam Henry, 32 possessions, 9 clearances and a goal. It was St Kilda's worst loss for the year, actually. Interestingly, they've lost both times to Richmond this year, and both times have been at Moorabbin. Very poor way to end the season. Richmond avoid the wooden spoon. Another big game. Port Melbourne had to win to make the finals, and they beat Collingwood by 26 points at North Port Oval, 17-13, 115 to 14-5, 89. Last quarter was all Port Melbourne. They came home like a steam train yet again. 7 goals, 6 to 2 goals, 1. Luke Alessio kicked 6 goals, a match winner for Collingwood. Time Prindable, 22 possessions, 9 tackles, 9 clearances and a goal. Now, Port Melbourne have won their last 8 games at home. Amazing. Another big game, obviously, here. Essendon beat Sydney by 27 points at Windy Hill, 18-17, 125 to 15-8, 98. High stakes game. Essendon needed to win to make the finals. Sydney needed to win to get the double chance. And it was all Essendon in the last quarter. 7 goals, 5 to 2 goals, 2. Essendon smashed them in inside 50s, hitouts and marks. Sydney won the tackle count, 76 to 37. Sydney were in front for 83 minutes. They got overrun by the Bombers in the end. Essendon in front for 33 minutes. Now for Sydney, Caden Cleary, 29 possessions, 16 tackles, 9 clearances and a goal. Essendon skipper Jackson Haitley, 35 possessions, 9 clearances and a goal. Elias Sardis, 37 possessions, 10 clearances and a goal. Essendon won their last 6 games to pinch a final spot. 5 in a row at Windy Hill. Now, game at Arden Street, a match that meant nothing. Geelong too good for North Melbourne, 34-point winners, 16-17, 113 to 12-7, 79. Geelong 32 more inside 50s. North Melbourne, remarkably, they had 20 more clearances. Now for North Melbourne, Cooper Harvey, 43 possessions, 13 marks. Bailey Scott, 41 possessions, 7 clearances. North Melbourne, a shit way to end their season. They lost their last 6. Geelong obviously finishing top. Important game at Box Hill City Oval saw Box Hill beat Casey by 57 points, 17-10, 112 to 6-19, 55. Box Hill had to win to get that third spot and the double chance. They did so easily. 6-19 for Casey. That's just horrible. Casey lost 6 of their last 7 games. Box Hill needed a morale-boosting win and they got it. Now, at Winton Oval, Carlton got an important win against Footscray by 31 points, 13-13, 91 to 96-60. with all results going their way, Carlton had to win to sneak in the finals, and they did so, beating a disappointing Footscray, who had nothing to play for. Carlton won 5 of their last 6 games to sneak in the finals. Very lucky. Very, very lucky. Now, Tasmania, they knocked off GWS by 39 points in Sydney. 15-14, 104 to 9-11, 65. Tasmania had 58 more marks. GWS lost 4 of their last 5 games. Tassie won 4 of their last 5 games. Actually, the winner of this match would have got the double chance. Amazingly, GWS, they were in 11th position. Actually, they were 12th position. If they'd won this game, they would have jumped up to 4th. But they got belted. I went to 2 games, both on Saturday. Doubleheader. The first one was at Coburg City Oval. This is a game that Coburg had to win to host the final. Even a loss still might have been enough for them. I'll get to that in a moment. Southport beat a disappointing Coburg by 6 points. 15-8-98 to 14-8-92. Coburg, it was an entertaining first half, high scoring. Coburg 5 goals to 4 in the first quarter, 5 goals to 4 in the second quarter. And then the Sharks slammed on the brakes. 3 goals to 1 in the third quarter and 4 goals to 3 in the last. For Southport, Matt McGuinness 5 goals. Jaden Stevenson carried Coburg 8 goals. It was excellent. The possessions, Max Spencer, he was dangerous all game. 34 possessions, 15 marks. Braden Crossy, 40 hit-outs, 8 tackles, 2 goals. Jacob Dawson, 26 possessions, 14 clearances. For the Burgers, Joel Trudgeon, 28 touches. Cooper Keogh, 20 touches, 33 hit-outs. Too many free kicks in this game. Too technical, the umpires. Rubbish umpiring yet again. 53 free kicks combined. The Sharks dominated the tackle count, 75 to 46. Now, Coburg were 20 points up early in the second quarter, probably 8 minutes in, and they got their game going, but from then on, it was all Southport. Now, it was Braden Gillard's 100th game for Coburg, been a great servant for the club. He's a life member now. Excellent crowd there. Expected Coburg to win this. I'm not surprised they lost this, but I thought when they lost, I thought they'd still sneak in the finals. But it was on their back. It was down to them. Last year they were unlucky. Got into the last round needing a team to win, which didn't happen. They won that extra game, and another win would have got them a home final. As it turned out, they were pathetic. This is a massive letdown for the city, for the club, for the fans, for the players. With the team they've got, very good player retention. They should have been top 6 easily. I cannot believe this team missed the finals. And to make things worse, they missed the finals by 0.4%, which is basically 6 to 10 points a goal. They never looked they looked very cagey, Coburg, throughout the game. They couldn't get their game going. Southport shut them down. Southport got absolutely annihilated the week before. They just wanted to end their season well. They were very professional. They didn't let Coburg play their game. The intensity was high. Coburg just never got going at all. They did not play like a team that wanted to play finals. This is probably the biggest game in this club's history, probably since the early 90s. They needed to win this and send a statement out to the competition saying we're back. This was an ugly game for them. Southport, in my opinion, they didn't play a great game either. I think they were just professional. They just did the 1%ers. They didn't do anything special. That's probably why they're missing the finals, because they weren't that great. They just did enough to win. I actually left when it got to 19 points at the 16-minute mark of the last quarter. I was that disgusted with Coburg. That intensity was down. It looked like they didn't want to play. They were scared. They didn't want to go for it. They shat themselves, and they got what they deserved. To miss the finals for that with the team they've got is an absolute disgrace. And they'll be shaking their heads and thinking how we missed the finals from that position. I could go on about Coburg, but I don't want to swear, but mate, Coburg was shit. They were shit. They should have played finals. They should have been in the finals. Look at the teams that made the finals. They belted up on Williamstown twice this year, and they got in. They beat Port Melbourne. They got in. 5 of their 10 wins were against teams that made the finals. They belted up on Carlton, and they got in. They beat Frankston, and they snuck in. I think the damage was done. I called it in round 5 or round 6 when they were at home against the rubbish St Kilda team, and they got belted. I said at that time that loss could cost them, and it cost them big time. All right, enough of that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Now, I went down the highway, and I got there right on halftime at Churnside Park. Werribee smashed Sandringham by 59 points, 23-10, 148 to 13-11, 89. Werribee 7 goals to 5 in the first quarter, 6 goals to 3 in the second, 4 goals to 2 in the third, 6 goals to 3 in the last. They won every quarter. For Werribee, that man, I like this guy, Anthony Di Pasquale, 7 goals, career high. He also had 17 possessions, 9 marks. Jack Riding, career high, 5 goals, 27 possessions, 9 marks. Jordan Bossatil, 27 possessions, 8 tackles, 10 clearances and a goal. Xavier Ivasic, 24 possessions, 12 marks, 2 goals. For the Zebs, Andreas Stefanakis, he kicked 4 goals. Noah Uze kicked 3. Keenan Brown, 35 possessions, 7 tackles, 7 clearances. Werribee took 41 more marks. Sandy had 20 more tackles. Head-to-head, Sandy lead 33-30. Churnside Park, Werribee lead 19-12. The crowd was slightly down. It was a good atmosphere there. Amazingly, Werribee leading goalkeeper Brady Wright went goalless. Werribee won their last 7 home games. Sandy winless in their last 7. Professional effort from Werribee. They got winners everywhere. I'll tell you what, they'll be equal favourites with Geelong to win the VFL Premiership. They got no weakness in that team. Disappointing end for Sandy, but Werribee very professional, very good win. All right, the goal kickers. Big congratulations to Corey Ellison, 52 goals. First time he's won the goal kicking. Mitch Bajaski got 50. He missed 2 games because he played in the AFL. So, Jane Stevenson came home for Wet Sail, 49. Broden McLaughlin, 47. Brady Wright, 45. Jesse Mellor for Geelong, 40. All right. The ladder, Geelong 16 wins. Werribee 13.5. Box Hill 12. Tassie 11.5. They're the top 4. And deservingly so. Essendon finished 5th on 11 wins. They only just got over 100%. They were lucky because half their team was made up of VFL players. Port Melbourne, 11 wins. 97%. That's garbage. They've been lucky in a few games, but good luck to them. Sydney, Willie, both on 10.5 wins. Carlton should be in the finals. They were lucky on 10. Frankston, Coburg, GWS, all on 10 wins. Frankston, 103.3%. Coburg missed it by 0.4%. I think Frankston kicked a couple of goals at the end of their game, so that must have got them over the line. GWS, 99.4%. They lost 4 of their last 5 and got belted in those games because they had too many injuries. They look like they were top 4. So, the rest of them, who cares? Sharks, 9.5. Footscray, 8. St Kilda, 7.5. Collingwood, 7. North Melbourne, 6.5. Brisbane, 6. Casey, 6. Sandy, 4.5. Richmond, 4. The Suns, 3. Bad luck. 2 wildcard games. Well, I'm going to this one. It's the only one I can go to. Both games 11:05 a.m. How stupid is that? Absolutely dumb. Dumb times. Just shit fixturing again. Williamstown play Carlton at Point Jellybrand. I expect Willie to stitch up Carlton, to be honest. Willie very lucky to be in the finals. But good luck to him. It's their 3rd wildcard match in a row. 3 years in a row. All at home. And the other game's also 11:05. Sydney Frankston at Blacktown. I think Sydney will give them an absolute belting. Frankston lucky to be there. I can go on and on and on, but I won't. Amazing last round of football. Now we go to the finals. I'll see you next time.